Hey folks, on this video here, we're going to talk about things that should be on, man, I forgot all this crap is in here still. Things that should be on your truck, and any truck, I think, for that matter, if you work out of your truck. So I'm going to straighten up this crap here first, and then we'll talk about in the box and just things I think you should have on every vehicle. Here we go. Now we're gonna go through this box, this abomination of a box. I've been saying for probably a year I was gonna go through this, and I finally had the last straw a little bit ago. And it's okay, things I think a truck has to have, let's put it that way. Spare underwear, you never know. I don't know, that's a rag, of course. Okay, so busted our emergency pump. This still works, actually, believe it or not. So that gets to stay, because right now I'm going through, I'm gonna take this whole truck box apart, and we're gonna figure out what the heck. This is what rides around in here, so thieves, here you go. This is what all's in here. Fortunately, it's nothing like power equipment. 2-foot level, super handy. This is all, and I look forward to the day when I'm not still so kid contractor and I gotta have all this crap in my truck, but I also take care of my mom's house and in my own house, and we're on the road doing a lot of mobile work, of course. Obviously, we're in landscape construction. Fixing stuff, you know. I always said you can tell the quality of a man's equipment by the quality and quantity of tools he keeps on hand. Tool pouch on a Hardscape site. We got away from that. Was mandatory for a while on job sites, and we got away from that. And then, okay, so we're gonna start digging into this thing. Okay, something that's also handy is a MAP gas torch. This video might go a long time, folks. MAP gas torch, MAP gas, M-A-P. It burns upside down, right side up, very handy for whatever. So that's gonna stay in the truck. Probably my over-prepared tail, everything's gonna stay. Spare grease, all this handy. Again, depending on how much on the road we are. Now, the shop being built, it may curb the necessity of some of this, but let's go through our fluid. So I got an engine degreaser in here. That is probably something that can potentially leave. So I'm gonna put that in the whatever area. I don't know that I need degreaser. Hammer, you know, 3-pound or whatever, it's 4-pound, 5-pound hammer. I don't know, it feels like an ounce to me because I'm so strong. A dead blow hammer, yeah, right there is perfect. Dead blow hammer, really handy to have on hand. Not necessarily, again, just a hardscape in case type things. We get into so much different stuff, folks. A good pruning saw, very handy to have. Again, just you never know what you run into on projects and job sites and things like that. Levi set that over there with that tool. This is really awesome. Unfortunately, I haven't had to use it, but the guys have. This is an RG6 repair kit. So when you hit cable in the yard, just for an emergency repair, and then you need to call the utility company or the communication company. This is a set of impact rated bits. This is going to go in the can potentially leave, but it's still not going to be a lot of fun. This is an emergency V-belt. Lord willing, I'll never need it, I sure hope. This is a big axe. This is debatable if it's needed or not. That might go in the maybe pile. It's actually been very handy to have. But again, you know, with building the shop and having, that's my machete case. Machete's been handy to have on the truck. Oh my gosh. Okay, so fluids. PB blaster, that's been a great thing. Emergency, this is a bucket of tools. I think we're gonna pull this out of here, but this has, and again, folks, I'm just always doom and gloom last minute thing here. These like quick straps are handy. A shorty, extension cord, a good gun, caulking gun. Here is some 5W30 oil. Always want to have that on hand. More types of, pipe wrenches and stuff like that, which this might go, yeah, we'll see. We're gonna lay that out there, Levi, whether or not that needs to stay. The glue guns are really for like when the guys potentially need them. I might start pulling a lot of this stuff off the truck. We'll see. Here's a cat's claw or a cat's paw. I don't know, cat's claw, cat's paw. I guess you tell me in the comments. Yeah, you like that, Levi? Fence tool. This is handy to have for just working wire, cutting wire baskets off of trees. It's actually also a really handy thing. This bucket is going to sit off to the side. It's got some screws and some other stuff at the bottom. I'll dig that apart in a minute here. Big pry bar, we'll leave that for now as our big tool setup. I got another pipe wrench in here. This can probably leave, you know, one pipe wrench, the other needs to stay. So I'm going to argue for the smaller, maybe more versatile pipe wrench to stay for now. Also, it's a lot of weight, folks. We're hauling around a lot of weight. This is something that is going to leave, although we break these things all the time. Here's a set of gear wrenches. This is gonna leave. Yeah, so a set of gear wrenches. These are metric, I believe. Those are out of here. Like I said, this has been coming for a while. Here is some painter's tape. We've been trying to figure out where all the painter's tape. Oh golly! Is that gonna leak, Levi? I guess we'll see. Okay, so here's a set of bits. I think these are gonna leave. Half the stuff I never even remember is in here anymore, folks, and that's just a set of regular drill bits. I think these are gonna leave. And maybe I'll outfit my shop from here on. Here we go, a bunch of fluids again. 2050, that can be hydraulic fluid in a lot of mowers. Here's some wire nuts. We really like these. These are handy. These Q-locks are expensive as can be. But these are really great for wiring, low voltage lighting stuff. So we like those. We get those at Green Foundry. This is handy to have once in a while, just some 2-cycle mix. Again, more grease. This is some clear and marking paint, which is actually pretty handy to have if you need to like protect a chalk line. Man, there's a bunch of zip ties. I wish I knew those were in there. Now we got to start unpacking all this. Here's some 10 snips, channel locks, more 10 snips, lefty, righty, all that stuff. I don't know how those go. That's going to stay in the stay pile. This might leave. This is a pipe, a pipe dresser for taking burrs and stuff out. I think that is going to leave. Lord willing, I don't regret that. Again, because I help take care of my mom's place, and that needs issues here and there, and so I like being relatively mobile. But again, I look forward to the day someday when I can just drive a half-ton pickup around, maybe with nothing in it, and not need to be worrying about fixing everybody's stuff. But at the same time, it's not a burden. I don't mind. Okay, Levi, let's pull this box out here. We know this is its own endeavor right here. It's going to have to get cleaned out. And goodness knows when I was holding this thing down in here. So we got a shackle, clevis, whatever it is. That's handy to have just as an extra when you're pulling trucks out of wherever or using equipment, whatever. So we got some wire here. We're gonna set that off to the side. We'll go through that. Oh my gosh, there's so much stuff. Whole nother drill set. So I got 2 of these things in here. We don't need that anymore. Yeah, put those back. Here's one of the handiest tools. This thing is the best, like $3.40. One of these things here, that is so handy. I drop so much stuff, you know, to reach in and get it. That is definitely staying mobile on my truck. That thing has saved my bacon more times than not. Voltmeter, always handy if you know how to use it. I barely know how to use it, so I'm barely qualified to have that in the truck. Some might argue I'm not qualified at all. Tire patch kit, always want to keep that. Tire plug, or not tire plug, tire patch. We're gonna leave that there. Torpedo level, that can right there. Good air gauge, that's a big deal. Here's what used to be a bunch of fuses. We'll probably have to figure out a new way to do that. Yeah, Levi, see, that works out, huh? Let's see here. Okay, so I got too many sets of gloves. Gloves are gonna go. So here's some latex coated cotton gloves, cool. Here's a decent set of these gloves. Everything else is now leaving. So that's a good pair of leather gloves. I like them. Those are actually just regular Walmart gloves. They're actually really, really good. Here is a hacksaw. I could go either way on whether or not this stays. It probably should leave. We'll see what more we get into. Here is a big rubber glove for mixing. Actually, we use this in stormwater work to dress around pipes with hydraulic cement. So this thing is going to go. Almost made it into the junk, into all the junk over there. Here's a great box of screws. You can't have enough of those ever. Levi, can you put this in the 5-gallon bucket over the bucket right there? Actually, yeah, in the bucket right there, please. Thank you, sir. A good set of jumper cables, like 0 or 3 gauge. You can't go wrong having that on hand. You never know whose bacon will get saved when you're doing that kind of stuff. This is really cool. I've never used it, so I'm kind of just going to say, you know what, this thing can leave. I actually know exactly where that's going to go. Another RG6 kit for repair. This one's actually intact, so we're going to keep this one here. No, oh crap. That is the, does that come with the thing? Yeah, so this one is intact, this one is not intact. That's gonna go in the needs sorted out pile. What do we got here? All-purpose waterproof sealant. Again, never used it, had it in there for a long time. I'll regret it as soon as I take it out, it's gone. Oh, yep, there's a tape measure, Levi, thank you. We will...
Oh, it's on.
Another tape measure. That's definitely, that can definitely leave. And another tape measure. Oh my goodness. Tape measure city up in here, huh?
Oh, that toy is that.
That is another cat's claw. So we'll put that here with cat's claw, cat's paw. Again, tell me in the comments. We'll sort that out of that bucket. We'll figure that out. Machete has actually been pretty handy to have on hand. Yeah, that thing's cool, isn't it, Levi? You leave that alone. I always swore I'd read this. I never have, so it's gone. Here's the blue book of how to use a speed square better, more gooder. It's history, unfortunately. Here's what we're left with to deal with, folks. Oh boy.
Oh, doggy big.
Yeah, caution tape. Yep. Oh, that's.
Is it dog big?
Yeah, caution tape and some duct tape. Can't ever go wrong with that. Caution tape's just handy for, again, who knows, string. Yep, the string stays, Levi. Go ahead. Hopefully folks can see in here.
Oh, that.
What's that? That's a file. That has actually been used a lot, so that's going to stay in my truck. It goes in my toolbox, or tool bag, of which we'll clean out. Bee spray, that is actually something that must stay, absolutely. There we go, some pipe, primer and cement. That's arguable because again, so little, so rarely do I use that. Okay, this is a box of, oh, so in this Nespresso box, I've got more, hey, you're in the way of the camera, little guy. Packs of earplugs, and you know what, it's history because I don't even know what's in there, so it's history. Eye wash, that stays just because. My throat is shot, folks. This pair of gloves is staying. Oh my gosh, I've been looking for this chalk forever. Wondering where that's at. So that's cool. That doesn't need to stay in my truck, but it's going to leave. We got a master set of equipment keys, so that's going to, that will stay. That is 2-cycle mix. Okay. Here is more drill bits, so that's cool and all, but unfortunately I never even knew it was in there. Okay, all right, so we'll probably queue. Got a ton of locks over here, a ton of tapes. There's some soapstone, been looking for that. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. Levi, I need a box. So we're gonna go now to a time lapse, and then we'll go through what we come through on all this sorting out.
get to like photograph and capture the space. That's just always been my favorite part, is just getting to see the spaces and then like get home and look at the photos and be like, wow, we did this project and now I get to use it for advertising. And, you know, it's just always been like one of my favorite parts. And so it's just become, you know, it was always like kind of like a little hobby, mostly just for my business. Like I want to make sure I capture my projects in very high quality, but I also don't want to pay somebody, you know, whatever dollar amount to come out to every single one of my projects. Now I can do it on my own. But with that comes a lot of, you know, it's learning another skill and investing in a lot of equipment and having the time to go do that. So there's a lot of reasons why, you know, people can't just do that. But for me, it was always a priority.